Alright everybody, Ciscopete24 here today, and we're going to be doing a weapon review of this week. I've got the Rescue Ranger in my hand right here. That is right, the Engineer Shotgun. Now, this is like one of the strangest, most different weapons from any other weapon in the game, because like, it's a shotgun. It's not even a shotgun. It takes up the loadout slot, but it serves no purpose that the original shotgun does. There's honestly nothing like it. So let's go over some of the specs. For starters, you got to know that this doesn't fire a spreadable. It fires one, as they call it, a canister, and it follows a similar flight pattern, pretty much the same as the Huntsman, Crusader's crossbow, just stuff like that. So it follows that flight pattern, and you get 4 shots in it, which means it's a 34% reduction in clip size than the default. But you still get 1 extra shot, say the Frontier Justice. So I really like it, but that's not the biggest bonus to this. This has got so much to it. It's just cool overall. The more quirky little add-ons the gun has, the more I like it. The more options you have to use it differently than other people, the more you're free to roam around, mess with it, and see what works for you. To start off with, it can repair buildings from a distance, as you'll see in several sections throughout this video. I'll be in spots away from the sentry gun, like right here. I can fire a bolt, fix my sentry. I don't even have to be near it. I'm taking myself out of harm's way, removing myself for some of the battlefield. Now, it won't take off zappers, which is still a very real problem to sentries, and you cannot heal a sentry gun as it's being zapped by a zapper, and you can't teleport it. We'll get to that in a second. So you can repair your building from long range, and that is awesome. Now, the second, huge thing is that you can teleport your sentry gun, your building to you, as long as you have a direct line of sight, and as long as you have 130 metal on you. It costs 130 metal, and you will yank your sentry, building, dispenser across the battlefield to you, and it helps tremendously. You'll be able to see some of the spots that I've been able to work up. As long as you can see sentry gun built by your username in your crosshair, and you use your second mouse button, you can teleport that to you wherever you are, as long as you have a good view. So that opens the engineer up to multiple possibilities. Like you'll see here, I'm just gonna build a sentry gun and run to the other side. I'll put it on the control point, put it places I'd never normally be able to put it. You can use this defensively and offensively on any map, any situation, and it does a good amount of damage. You saw me take out that soldier there, but I just picked up the sentry gun and I'm putting it on the control point. I would have never been able to pick it up and carry it up there. One thing you do have to know, you can still carry your sentry gun normally, but you will be marked for death. That's the little skull that goes over your head and says, hey everybody, shoot me, because I always take many crits. But it's not that big of a deal. Usually you'll only be carrying your sentry gun for a second or two if you know where to go and if you know where to put it, and as soon as you've picked it up. That's generally, you've got to do quite a bit of thinking when you're an engineer, and some people don't like to do that because they're an average, hey, let's go pyro and walk at people. So engineers, respect to them, and you don't see many people go professional engineer, but this gives the engineer, it throws the ball more into the engineer's court. He's got more freedom to protect his sentry, move it out of harm's way, and stuff like that. So offensively, you can use this to aggressively build your sentry in a safe area, and then yank it up to a control point or anything, final cart push, something like that, and that's going to be a solid defensive or offensive push. So you're pretty much putting a barrier that the enemy team can't get behind or in front of to push you guys back. So it's incredibly helpful. I have to say, I really like this. And if you haven't tried it out, I really suggest that you get it, try it out. And so I've mentioned offensively and defensively. Obviously, if you say payload or control points, and as you see people moving up through the control points, you can actually, if you say you'll be standing back a distance, say maybe at the next control point back, you see your sentries getting overrun, you'll back up a bit, fire a few shots if you see your sentries being taken out, repair it a bit, and if you know it's going to be overwhelmed by an Uber or a demo man, you just yank that back, and rebuild it, and either that can save you from an uber demo man or soldier about to take your sentry. All of a sudden you still have a level 3 sentry safe and in place, and they've just wasted a full uber and stuff like that. So it's really good if you know how to use it correctly. And I've got several clips of me just healing my sentry gun. Nothing dramatic here, but like on some will say that this is your average King of the Hill map, and see, I can place my sentry literally like 2 feet out of the spawn door, and I've got a great view of the inside building of the control point. So I can go into the control point, walk in, a squishy old engineer as I am. I can walk there relatively undetected because I'm not going to be carrying a big box that says, hey, shoot me now. I can get in there, stand in the back corner of the control point room, yank my sentry over to me, and I've got a level 3 sentry on the point that never would have been there in the first place. So I'm gonna be trying to get that right about now. So many possibilities. This is great on all different types of game modes, games like that. So you'll see me just kind of walking up onto the control point, just letting all those people die. I'm still an engineer, I can't do a whole lot, but see, I can see my teleporter, my sentry, teleport it to me, and all of a sudden level 3 sentry with a dispenser right on the control point. That took what, like 3 seconds? So that's amazing. If you can do that kind of mobility, this really does, like, because people don't play engineer competitively. It's just kind of like, hey, I built this thing and it's super powerful. But if you've got somebody who knows what they're doing, and you've got an engineer who isn't that experienced, they just kind of throw a sentry up and expect it to do all the work, you know, that's pretty much what most engineers do. But if you've got an engineer who knows what they're doing, they are a serious threat to the team, the enemy team, and all that, and they can be a super help to everybody. So if you've got an engineer with the Rescue Ranger, they can help their sentry guns and others. As you can see here, I removed myself from the battlefield while still being able to spam my Rescue Ranger at the sentry, keeping that alive when I normally would have been dead. If there was like a Chris Krieger, say, look, I can heal it for 75 health constantly, no problem, me standing back, regenerating health, all of that, and I am perfectly safe. It's awesome, and I've got several examples of that just throughout this video. It's awesome. I actually don't see a whole lot of engineers use this, and I kind of think that's, I don't know, like, there's really no reason not to use it. Like, the Frontier Justice is great and all, but that you're almost depending on your sentry gun to be killed. That's pretty much a buddy with a gunslinger, which you've got disposable sentry guns, and that's never good, just to be able to throw your sentry gun around. Nobody takes mini sentries seriously anyway on the battlefield. And this, like, there'd be no point to use a gunslinger with the Rescue Ranger, because you can pretty much just put those down as fast as you can pick them up. It'd be completely pointless. You'd be spending more metal. But if you got a level 3 sentry, you know what you're doing, you can put that pretty much anywhere in the map, teleport it around, and it's awesome. I don't, like, usually say that about a whole lot of weapons, you know. Sometimes I won't care for them as much as others, and so this is just a good weapon. So I've really enjoyed making this video. I've gone through several rounds. I've played, you know, King of the Hill, it's great for that. Payload, it's incredible. I'd say it's best at payload. Capture the Flag, it's not that good because it seems like the maps are, you know, it's got more of the small corners. I'd be okay with a regular shotgun there just for defending your own sentry gun. And so it's alright for King of the Hill. You can use it if you want. I'm not saying no, you should never do that. It's just try something else. I don't know, you might be better off. And so the Rescue Ranger is great in conjunction with the Wrangler. As you can see right here, Sniper, he took a shot at my sentry gun. My sentry gun would have been dead a while ago. I popped that up to full health. I take out, I think this is a spy, I don't know. I take out these 2 snipers. I can see around the corner while still being able to wrangle and repair my sentry. It's actually pretty amazing. It's just so much fun when you can actually use these things to be, you know, incredible powerhouse. See here, I've got my sentry gun still in place. That same sentry, yank it over there, put it on the control point, and we're going to be securing that control point. I know these scouts would have overrun me with their bats and everything. I back off, heal it a bit, and problem solves itself. Pick up the soldier gun, and dispenser, level 3 sentry. What more could you ask for? It's like Christmas. So yeah, I decided to make this video just because it seems like not a whole lot of people use this to the fullest of its ability. I don't think a whole lot of people know about it. I didn't really think much of it. I saw, hey, look, that's a new weapon, and I must have had it in my inventory for a while, and I hadn't even noticed. I'd never used it before. And I took it out, I'm like, holy crap, do other people know this exists? And so apparently not. I just enjoy looking at the stranger the weapon, the more stats, the more interesting it is for me. Like, Cow Mangler, it's got some interesting stats, that's interesting for me, and just a whole bunch of stuff like that. Like the Market Gardener, it's kind of quirky, but it's cool in the end, and the Rescue Ranger does that for me. It's just something interesting to use. There's a lot of other combinations, so I really enjoy it. So that's about all we've got for this week. Stay tuned. This was actually a pretty long video, so just subscribe if you want to see more of this. I'm going to be doing a lot of weapon reviews, live commentaries, just all that kind of thing. So if you enjoy this, like, subscribe, drop a comment if you guys want to express your opinion, if you like this weapon, if you don't, yada yada yada, and I'll be doing a lot more. And so, goodbye and good luck.